segments all up on YouTube, and they tell an amazing story. And I'm sure that the way that information travels and the way that this type of information travels, and I know there's a very large appetite for information about hemp and cannabis out there right now. And when you put something like this on YouTube, I bet you that thing went everywhere.
It's gone worldwide now. We've got it. It's been translated into, I think, 5 different languages. We were contacted here from Russia. They're translating it into Russian. So I mean, this is the idea, to spread the world, the word of this medicine all over the world, and give the human race deserves a chance. I mean, this is our lives. It's our bodies. And no one has the right to tell us what we use for medicine.
Right, no, it's true. It's true. And there is, the underlying thing, and I don't want to get stuck on it, but it's been something that I've been dealing with in a personal sort of quest of mine recently. But there is apparently a philosophy and an ideology of eugenics and population control that's much more pervasive than I think people had realized. And there are very powerful groups and gangs and organizations and institutions that think it's actually horrible news to imagine that there might be a cure or a number of cures for cancer. The idea that those 1,400 people, don't die is a horrible thought to some of these people. They love the fact that people are dropping off, and they want to see more people drop off, actually. And that's sort of the mindset that we're sort of struggling against, unfortunately. But I think it's the fact of the matter.
Well, what I see with hemp medicine, I mean, a lot of people are horrified, because I'll say, like, if it was used properly as a preventative medicine. I mean, when I started school, they used to give us these cod liver oil capsules.
Sure.
Well, give a child the cod liver oil, but put a little bit of THC in with it. Not enough to get them high or anything, but by taking this, small doses of the THC, it would prevent, like children from it would prevent diseases like diabetes, MS, cancer. What would happen is we would all live much, longer, healthier lives. And I think, that longevity is, why shouldn't we live longer? And with the chemicals and everything and the food supply, of course, that's not even safe to eat anymore. I mean, we need something that'll help us.
No, I agree. You used a provocative term earlier in the interview. You said, we're living essentially on a poisoned planet. And unfortunately, for people who are paying attention, this is really the case. I mean, we're in the middle of a gigantic and completely out of control chemistry experiment, and we're all living in the middle of it. I mean, the air, the water, the earth herself have been pumped full of who knows what, and this is the environment that we live in, and there's nothing you can't hide from it. It's not like you can go eat organic and whatever that means, but I mean, and then act like you're somehow shielded from these other things. I mean, we're literally swimming in it.
Well, there's no place for the public to hide. You're absolutely right. All the material today, the foams and all of that, the off-gassing, but it's the food supply that really alarms me the most. I know the air is polluted, and we have poisoned this planet, but when you're supplying the food supply that the public has access to should at least be safe. And today, I mean, you look at what they're doing just in the beef industry. They're filling cows full of corn, and this causes like ulcers in the cow's stomach. And so they have to give these cows massive doses of antibiotics while they're giving them the corn. And then at the same time, they're giving them growth hormones. And we're the ones that eat all of this stuff in the end. And, I mean, it's just horrible. I walk into a grocery store now, and I'm scared to buy anything because it's more or less a matter of what's safe here to eat. And that's very frightening. But I think the only future that mankind can have is, like I said, get back to the land. And the people in today's world, I mean, with the internet and everything, you can't hide the truth about things like hemp anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They did it for years and got away with it, but once the internet come out there and all of this information and so many studies and the history of this plant itself,
right.
There's no possible way that they can deny it. And it's so simple. I mean, I've got into a bit of an argument here over the last while with this group in the States called Normal.
Mm.
And they're supposed to be out there to legalize hemp or,
yeah.
To help medicinal patients.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, they're just there to muddy the waters. I don't think that Normal wants to do anything as far as legalization. Again, it's just more lawyers making money.
I agree with you fully, and when
I contacted them about this, I told them, I said, it's simple. Just go out, make some of the medicine, make some oil yourself, find someone with skin cancer, and treat them. Watch what happens. And they send me an email back telling me it's snake oil. Well, that's fine if you don't want to use the medicine. When your time comes to dance with cancer, if you want to take chemotherapy and all that, it's up to you. That's your business.
Yeah.
But don't deny it. Don't deny the medicine that'll work to the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
The people's minds, it's like the human race. It seems that we are much easier to brainwash than the average person would think. The television shows you see. I guess when I was young, like Ben Casey and Dr. Kildare and Marcus Welby, and like all doctors are out to save lives. And well, the part that I can't understand here, I mean, we've got dozens and dozens of doctors here in Nova Scotia that have seen patients with all kinds of different diseases, and they've seen what this oil did. And even people with terminal cancer, they've seen terminal cancer, cancers that they couldn't cure. They've seen it cured right before their eyes. They've seen the CAT scans, the X-ray results.
Right.
But yet, these same doctors, the next person that walks through their door that has cancer, what does he get?
Right.
And, the doctor actually should be obligated to tell the patient, use hemp oil. Because it's right in his Hippocratic oath, I shall not administer poisons.
Mm-hmm.
But these doctors, they don't mention the hemp oil. They give you the choice, back to chemo again. They realize it too. I mean, all of these cancer doctors, well, if you got a cure for cancer, what are they going to do for a living?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very good point, and I mean, this is one of the biggest issues is that it's become an organism almost that requires the disease to remain in order for it to remain, and so there's very little incentive for the cancer industry to cure cancer, because then it eliminates the need for the cancer industry essentially, and the same goes for many other different industries when you talk about some of these technologies, including hemp, but other technologies as well. So it really is a catch-22 for everybody in a way, Well,
I mean, I've been doing this now for over 5 years in this country, and I have yet to be I have never been contacted by not one single Canadian doctor has ever contacted me, not one. But strangely enough,
that is amazing.
The American doctors, I've had all kinds of calls from American doctors and the American College of Physicians. That organization represents 124,000 doctors in the United States, and they're screaming, legalize this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not for smoking it, but doing what I'm saying, the natural THC in your body. And so I have a much higher regard for American doctors than I do Canadian ones, I can tell you that.
I'll be darned. Well, I'll tell you what, we're at the bottom of the hour here. Let's take a little break, okay?
Okay, Mike.
And we'll come back and talk some more. I want to talk about methodology for actually making this stuff, okay?
Okay.
All right, everybody, we'll be back with Rick Simpson in just a few minutes. In the meanwhile, let's hear another piece of music here from our friends ZAP. This one is called Figuring It Out. It's Mike. You listen to Radio Orbit on KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM, on the web, kopn.org. And my guest, Rick Simpson, can be found on the web at Phoenix Tears, PhoenixTears, phoenixtears.ca. All right, once again, Rick Simpson, phoenixtears.ca is the website. We're talking about hemp, cannabis, and the remarkable medicinal qualities of hemp oil. And so let's get back to it and talk some more with Rick. Hi, Rick.
Hi, Mike.
Thank you for sticking around late into the night.
Oh, no, I'm enjoying this. This is great. Like I said, it's just all about spreading the word.
No doubt. Well, this is a good one, and we'll get this interview up on the web in a day or two, and we'll share it with as many people as we can as well. And like you say, as you and I were talking off the air, there is a difficult